Welcome to the Brave Talk Show. Our goal is to foster healing and connection by making the uncomfortable comfortable. Let's be brave here. Welcome to the Brave Talk Show. We're brave women, bold topics, nothing is off the table for us. Today, we're going to update you. It's been a few months since we've been together. We've taken the summer off to be with our families, but now we're back in the podcast studio at Robin's house and we're ready to film.
Woohoo. Everyone give a holler who we got in the house.
We got Vanessa.
We got the Rob dog.
We got Brittany.
And Teresita.
Ooh.
It's so fun to be back. You guys, I missed you. And so have our followers. We've had a lot of people be like, where are you guys at?
I know.
It's been a long time coming. So it's good to be back. We've got so much to talk about. I thought this episode we could do just updates because so much has happened in each of our lives. We're all so busy and we've got moving pieces and we're all going a million miles an hour. So this isn't going to be a long episode, but because we've been gone for a while, let's update everybody on what's going on.
Yeah.
Vanessa, you want to start us off? What's going on, girl?
I thought I was going to go last.
Yeah, girl, you're first.
Nothing new. Still working. Social worker life. 4 kids. Busy husband. Busy life.
What about school? Are you going to school still?
Yeah, I'm starting to take some of my free classes. I'm going to go ahead and get that master going.
So the master's in counseling, right?
I think mental health, mental health counseling. So that's going to be fun. I debated a couple of times. I was like, do I want to say mental health? But I love it. So I'm not
You'd be so good at it.
Where are you going to school?
So I want to apply at the U.
Ooh.
That's my school. That's my school.
Now, do you go and do classes in person or are you doing everything online?
Probably started online and then we'll probably do in person some of the classes. But I'm excited to take it on. Work is going great. I got Employee of the Month.
Congratulations.
That's a big deal,
It is a big deal.
You kissing butt?
I don't know.
Or you just work really hard.
I'm just really good at my job, I think. I think I'm
You
really
are
good
really
at it.
good at your job.
I like doing it. Trying to think, what else?
Did you have any notable summer trips or experiences?
Ooh, my kids, it's so sad because we do little things because we get so busy. I was just doing a play this summer and we didn't go anywhere. And so we do local stuff and my kids are like, what the heck? We do nothing. They're like, summer was awful. And so we probably gotta do something over Thanksgiving. I think we're gonna take them and do a little big trip kind of thing. And
nice.
Because we have the whole week off and I don't know when to cook for Thanksgiving.
Personal favorite
I don't.
for Thanksgiving, go to Hawaii for Thanksgiving.
And
just do a
we
week
did
in
go
Hawaii.
Hawaii in February. So we took the kids, all of us. And so that was fun.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, Hawaii was pretty fun in
huge.
February. So we loved that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But yeah, just working, keeping busy. That's some help around the house. I think that's been awesome because my work schedule has been.
You got a cleaner?
Oh, is that I think you all opened me up to that.
Yeah. I remember that episode. We were like, you have to have a cleaner.
Oh,
It was cleaner. You guys said you
Life-changing.
had laundry. You had everybody. And I was like, you know what? So yeah.
Now I got nothing.
Oh,
Now she's
girlfriend.
got a
I remember
school
that.
now.
I'm just kidding.
You did a switch up. I remember that.
Yeah.
You said the lashes are gone.
I know, guys. I'm
You went
all
full
natural.
homesteader.
No, just
Yeah.
teasing. No, never
But
mind.
Yeah, just chilling.
Well, I'm so glad because, when you do get a housekeeper, it frees up your time so that instead of doing laundry and cleaning, you're actually spending time with your kids.
Still do the
That's-
laundry, which I hate.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually at a place right now where I'm highly considering hiring a laundry lady.
Me too. Pass it along when
Just
you find it.
put my laundry on the front porch, have them take it away, come
Isn't there a
back, hold
company
it.
that does that?
There is.
Yes.
There is.
Yeah.
There's
Dree or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be honest, no matter, we're never caught up. No one likes to do it. And half the time it's just sitting on the couch all clean, waiting for someone to do it. And none of us do any of it. So it
Right.
just sits there all the time,
True.
So
Yeah, Vanessa, you work so much.
Too much.
Well, and your kids, it's not like a 9 to 5 type of thing, right?
No.
For the social work kids, there could be crises and emergencies
Oh,
where you
yeah.
need to
Oh,
drop
yeah.
everything and drive down to St. George to help
You
somebody.
gotta go.
or-
I know. So my kids are from Ogden, Utah to St. George, Utah.
Wow.
So I am driving all over the place. And then you can have weeks right now. It's can be knock on the wood. You're like, yeah, this is an easy week. We never say easy week because then it's
don't say it.
You're in detention. I was in detention hearing yesterday. So it's it's always something.
Can you say how many kids you have?
Right now, my caseload, it's so funny. I think because when you're good at your job, they give you more work to do, and then you get the harder cases. And then we have what's called like a staffing with like our 2 teams, and people are going around and be like, how many cases they have, and they're like 12 and like 13 and like 15. And as it gets to me, everybody's done and I haven't said anything. Like, Vanessa, what about you? I'm like, I'm sitting at 18 over here. Like, I got 18. How you all,
How do you keep those straight?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're just kind of, committed to, but it's very flexible. And when you love it, it's also become, you have a stressful day, but then you're like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like I'm closing 5 cases, which is like closing the case where either the kids go home or they've aged out of the system where they've done really well and moving on. And so when they end successfully, that's been like my joy of doing the job, because like as I close these 5 cases, it's like, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
It was successful.
You
They
did
all
a
were
good
very
job.
successful.
Worth
So,
it.
yeah, it's my life.
I love it.
And for those of you watching on the video, she also got an amazing mohawk.
Oh, your hair. It's
man.
always
So good.
Always switching it up.
How long have you had this hair?
Ooh,
It's been so long since we've
it's been a
seen you.
while. I know.
Has it?
Before the summer, I think I did the switch on the bald head to the mohawk. So
Oh.
I love it.
It looks really
Yeah.
good.
She switches her hair every couple months or 6 months.
maybe 3 or 4 months.
You
And
did
it's
the balding
incredible.
though for a while.
I did the bald for a year and a half.
But you
Yeah, I
healed
love
your
that.
scalp and that kind of thing, right?
And then boom, boom.
Ready to do it
Here you
again.
are. I love it. Okay, well, Robin in the house. Wow, I always have something coming down the chute.
What new business
Yeah,
did you
I
launch?
know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Actually, I do have a new
Yeah,
let's
business.
get like five business going on.
Yeah. My summer was super awesome. Trying to think, pretty chill. Well, I feel like I must have done something cool, but I've already trauma blocked it, I guess. I
Well,
can't
just this
remember.
week, you've been all over
this
the
week
place.
was crazy. So I was in Hawaii last week for my community retreat, and then I went straight to California for a rock festival with my boyfriend. And just so you guys know, AC/DC is still alive. I didn't know that. And they're actually really good. And then from there, I went straight to Arizona, and I got back last night and I re-recorded my safety course. So that's really big for me
Wow, that's
because
Wow.
I've been selling that for 3 years. I feel like I have a lot of passion. It saves lives, but it was ready for an upgrade. So
So
I
you
went,
filmed it at your house last time, right? Just
Yeah.
kind of like sitting at your computer
Mhm.
filming it.
yeah,
And this time you got a big stage.
yeah, like a big
Amazing
production.
outfit. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big
I
deal.
saw that. That was awesome.
Yeah, so it's like it's going to be totally different, and I'm ready to take it to the masses. So I
You
was like,
do
I
a
gotta
high
go
kick
big.
on stage.
Of course, I do a high. In fact, my producer was like, "That was the highest kick I've seen."
Like, did you like flip people over too? Like,
I did.
okay.
I actually did a whole module where I like showed the self defense with my cute friend Jackie, and it was so good. Like the producer literally like stood up and like gave me a standing ovation, and he was like,
Aw.
"I do this every day. Like I film people's courses," and he's like, "Yours is by far the most educational and entertaining I've
Oh,
ever
that's
taken."
I'm getting
Edutaining.
emotional.
Edutaining.
because
Yeah.
that's your
I'm
passion.
so happy
it's so
for
awesome.
you.
Yeah, and he was like, and like I was the only one who came without a teleprompter. Like I just did it, and he's like, we never had to cut anything. He's like, there's not even any editing. He's like,
because
how
it's
did you
it's
do
your
that?
life. It's your
I'm
life.
like, because it's just in me. Like this is like the knowledge, and
You are skilled, girl.
oh,
Mhm.
thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was exciting. I bought a Hawaii house,
What?
so that's exciting. Me and my business partner Brittany,
Not this Brittany,
not this
another
Brittany,
No.
another Brittany. We have a little beach house in Hawaii
Wow.
that we'll use for not only our families but our retreats, but also everyone is welcome to come.
Are you
I say-
Airbnb it?
What
Yeah,
island?
we're gonna rent it out when we're not
Nice.
I
using
say we
it.
do a Brave talk show.
Yeah.
Oh my
event
gosh,
there.
I want
please.
details. How many rooms? Like, can my family stay there?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So
Really?
it was actually like a squatter was living in it, like an unfinished home right
Mhm.
on the beach.
Mhm.
And so Brittany gutted it and redid it for the past year, and it's beautiful. So there's 4 bedrooms,
Mhm.
3.5 bathrooms, 2 kitchens, 2 family rooms. It's beautiful.
Like,
Which
what
island is it on?
Yeah.
Oahu on the
Wow.
North Shore. And so we were just there last week, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is mine. So that's been really cool. And what else? Oh, I'm still dating the same person that we've
Nice.
talked about in past episodes. I think we've talked about him. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
I think you
We mentioned him,
hinted
yeah.
at
we've
him.
hinted
Yeah.
at him. Yeah. So we've been dating seriously for a while now. He's the greatest. So
Mhm.
cute. And it's brought a lot of hope and happiness after.
Mm, well
devastation.
deserved. Yeah.
And yeah, I do have a new business coming down the chute. And hopefully it's going to be launching right before the holidays. So
You're not
And you're not
going
gonna
to
tell
give
us?
us any hints?
oh, I'll tell you. Yeah. Oh no, I'll tell you
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Okay. So you know how I'm in my hippie era.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's another thing. I became a Reiki master.
What?
Yeah. So like a lot has changed. So I love like spirituality, energy work, and I do breath work classes all the time. And so I decided Reiki was something that I love. So I took like this intense course and I became Reiki certified.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's really awesome. So in that hippie Robin era, I also drive a Subaru now. So like I just basically worship crystals and potentially I'm a lesbian. That's what everyone tells me because I drive a Subaru. But I always wear like crystal bracelets. It's like one of my favorite things and they have different meanings. And sometimes I've had to use them to pull my hair up for different things and they've like snapped. And I'm like, oh, these are like $3,500 bracelets. So, by the way, this is so top secret. I haven't told anyone.
Oh,
But I sourced out of China their bracelets. Well, I made bracelets, but they double as hair ties and they're super cute and they're all based around spirituality. So I have every color of chakra, like you can choose your chakra. I have all the elements. I have all the angel numbers and they're actually really cute. And so if you just want to wear them as bracelets, that's totally fine. But they're called multi-vibes and like multi-use and then hair tie. It's really cute. So everything's getting ready for that.
That's
I
so
love it.
exciting.
Yeah.
Show us some
I'll
pictures,
show you
girl.
a picture.
That's genius because I always have a hair tie around my
Yeah,
wrist.
same.
So to be
Yeah.
able to.
And they're ugly. And it's like to be able to have it as like a bracelet. And then that way it looks cute on your wrist.
Right.
I think that's really cute.
So I just
That's
barely
awesome.
got my first sample from China.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah. So this is just like the regular, like
Okay.
cute little wrist one.
Those are really cute.
But then they'll have
Some yin and yang.
But yeah, they're hair ties actually. So you can wear.
Why has nobody thought of this before?
Right. I know. So you can wear them as like a total
that is
stack
cute.
if you want, or you can just wear one or two. But they're like stretchy, and I tried several hundred different hair ties and found ones that are like quality. And then that's like the pack that has all the colors. But then the rest, like you can get one with like just the root chakra, and it has like a mantra on it, or like angel number 1111, which is like my favorite. Anyways. So multi-vibes coming down
That's
the chute.
awesome.
I love it.
Congratulations.
And you said by Christmas?
Yeah, I'm hoping it all depends on China and you can
Now-
rely on them. But
So I'm always thinking about the marketing side of it. Do you have a waiting list right now that people could sign up for to when they can be the first to find out when it's ready?
no, I haven't even announced that I have something coming down the chute because the samples have been taking a lot longer, than planned. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And so we can't take product pictures until they're all here. And so I'm like, do I just share with like the one sample I have? I'm going back and forth. The entrepreneur and me can't decide what's the best way to launch.
Well, you're going to get hounded after this episode.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to want
Yeah,
it.
Definitely. And then
Yeah.
my next question is about your re-recording of your classes. When does that new course launch?
Yeah. So they said it would take about 3 weeks to edit until they sent it back to me. And then I'll probably need a couple weeks to set it back up in the platform online. But again, hopefully before Christmas. Like, that's my goal.
So I definitely think in the show notes, we should definitely put a link to your course
Okay.
so that everyone can
Yeah.
check it out.
Like,
Great idea.
it's so good. Like I couldn't even believe it. So
That's awesome.
I think you guys are going to love it. Thank you.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
You are a natural presenter.
I
You-
love to like speak. And like, that's been kind of the direction I've been trying to move in is like public speaking and traveling and making that
That's
part of
fun,
my
yeah.
income. And so that's been really fun.
Yeah, public speaking is fun.
Yeah.
I did some of those. I kind of
Yeah,
like
you're
that too.
into that too.
Yeah, yeah. I like talking to the youth. So kind of.
Yeah. So it's
You'd be
been
good at too.
yeah, that's my life. My kids are all getting older and I'm just single mom in it. But I got a great boyfriend. So that's exciting.
That's awesome. Good.
Yeah.
We like him too.
He's literally the best. We need to like introduce him one time. We could do whole episode on him.
That's like huge. That's like bringing the man to like the parents, like to the
100%.
family.
Like if it's on the podcast, like
It's
I really
legit.
like
Yeah,
it.
it's legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You have been posting about him on your
I know. I've
social
been
media.
slowly dripping him out, and everyone's like, "Who's this?"
It's been exciting to
Yeah.
see
Are
because
you
he's been
getting
around
any-
for a while.
I mean, we've dated for over a year,
Wow.
but no one knows that because I've not put it on social media till
well,
recently.
and have you said that he's from your past too? Like you
No,
reconnected?
I haven't
sorry.
told anybody
She
that.
You
hasn't
gotta
told
do
the
the story.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
She needs to
plot
come in with
twist.
a
Like
story.
you guys follow and listen to the story. So when I was sexually assaulted, I went back, got my cell phone, and remember there was that cute boy. It's him. He was my college boyfriend.
He's the boy.
He's the boy I'm dating right now. So 15 years later, we had no contact. He did his life, I did mine. And then we reconnected and we're dating and he's amazing. And
It's like a movie.
it actually is like the movie. Like I think I have a little trauma around relationships. Yeah, get Benton on it. And so I kind of sometimes I'm like, this is way too good to be true. Like something bad's going to happen. And that's just my trauma from a really traumatic marriage. But he's amazing. Like I'm so happy. He makes everything around me happier. So,
and he's fun, which he matches your fun.
He matches my energy there. He's so fun. He's goofy. He dances with me all the time. He's the sweetest to my kids. So it's amazing.
I love it.
I feel like
probably
the
what you
universe
needed.
finally was like, okay,
Is what you needed.
we'll get
in
you
the
out of this
hardest
storm. I know that was a rough couple of years.
Yeah, we're so happy for you.
Thank you.
Yes, you deserve it.
That's me. Britt, what are you up to?
There's a lot of updates, Rob.
I know.
I know, Robin, like, crushing it over here.
Oh,
We're not surprised though, are we, everybody?
Nope.
because you're too nice. There's always something.
Okay, so my updates. Geez, where do I start? So I launched my clothing company, which has been more than a dream come true. I celebrated it by inviting 24 outdoor influencers to St. George. We stayed at a private fitness resort. We went canyoneering, e-biking, hiking, all of the things. They wore my clothes the entire time.
Wow.
So every time I looked around, everybody was wearing my clothes. And it was just like emotional for me almost because it's been such a long road, I feel like. And I say long road as in like a really intense year.
Yeah, I was going to say, you actually pumped that out.
Yeah,
pumped that
it's
out
actually
quick.
pretty quick.
She told us like a year ago, she's like, I'm going to start a clothing line. And then like 3 weeks later, she got my samples. Like I mean, that's not truly the timeline, but
That's how
you
it felt.
crushed that.
Yeah, you
thank
did.
you. Thank you. So I have this personality where I'm like, I need to stay humble. Like, and be careful of like how excited I get because I can get really excited. And so even going into the launch event, I was like, okay, everybody might not like my clothes. Like I've got to save some space in my mind where there might be somebody who's like, they're not my favorite. But every single woman was obsessed with them.
I love it.
And they were pointing out things that I didn't even think that they would be obsessed with, like the waistband on the pants. Everybody was like, the waistband is my favorite part. I'm like, really? Like, yeah, the waistband is amazing. But they're like, no, Brittany, it is truly our favorite part. There were like dozens of women who said the waistband because it's bamboo waistband and it's super soft and comfy. It doesn't dig in. Like all of these things are like this material. We've never felt this material before. What is this like magic material?
Yeah.
And just like the fit on everybody was good. We went canyoneering and sliding in the rocks, like in all the slot canyons. They're amazing. Plus everybody was like, they're clean. Like we all walked out of the canyon with clean clothes because they just like
The
clean
dust
off.
just goes right off.
Yes. So there were like so many things that it was a high for me. Like, I don't know if I've ever been so happy.
Oh, that is
I just
so
came
exciting.
home from the event just like completely on cloud 9 where I'm like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I've been
You
working my tail off
did it.
and I nailed it. And so now it's a matter of, okay, how do I sell it? I nailed the products. And so now I need to market the products and I need to nail the marketing, which is not so easy.
And it's freaking expensive and time consuming. And it's a game of like, this works, this didn't. So it's never the same.
Right.
Like you're always changing plans.
Yeah, I'm still drinking from a fire hose. I thought things would like kind of settle down after I nailed the product. But now I'm like, oh no, it's just a different race now.
Yeah.
So it's great though. I'm still running on a high. Got lots to do for it, but it's going great. I couldn't be happier about how that's going. And then we are homeschooling, which we're going to do another episode about.
Just throw that on while you're building a massive company.
I think did I share about it before? So my husband has felt like I homeschooled my younger kids for years and years and years. And then we put them into school right before COVID, actually. And then we took them back home for COVID. And then they went back after COVID. But my littles have never been homeschooled. And my husband's like, for like 6 years now, he's been feeling like we should homeschool. I shouldn't tell the whole story because we'll tell it with our episode. But anyway, we're homeschooling. My husband has 2 movies that he's producing right now, which is insane that he's producing 2 movies. I've got my clothing company and everything that I've got going for Get Out There Girl. And and whatnot. And I'm like, oh yeah, just homeschool. Like, why are we doing this? I don't know.
Like, let's just add one of the most biggest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've got
possible.
some good things. Like my husband this morning, we have a co-op on Fridays. He's taking the kids this morning. Like he's been wonderful. When he can, he's making it a priority. So we kind of just like team hop it where
I love
like
it.
he'll do some and then I'll hop in while he's on meetings and I'll do some. And it's been really great for our marriage, I think, just to see that like he's coming in and we're teamwork. So that's going. I don't know if we'll do it next year. I feel good in my soul that we're doing it and I know it's right. But it's not like I went over to my friend's house the other day and saw her homeschool chart and I was like, oh, I'm a little unschooling. Like we've got our curriculum, but oh man, no, we are not go-getters.
But I
in
think
the
that's
homeschool
kind of the
There's
joy of
level, right?
homeschooling.
But isn't
is.
it a level
Having
too?
the freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And homeschooling, what I'm learning, and we'll talk more about it on the other episode, doesn't look the same in every household.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there are seasons where unschooling is the best choice for your kids and your family,
Yeah.
you know? So
we're spending lots of time together. It's great. Even with me working so much, we're still spending a ton of time together, which is important, I think.
mhm.
But I think the latest thing and this isn't even, I haven't even signed any documents yet for this. We're kind of just been going on good faith. But I've been asked to host a new series with Angel Studios and Homestead, which is my husband's movie, the Homestead TV series. But they're going to do a Homestead in Real Life series.
Ooh.
So they've already filmed episode 1. I got to watch that the other day. It's pretty great. They came to my house, filmed my kids. And
You pretty
So
much
cool.
live in a homestead.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. We've got
that's
the
your
pigs,
life.
we've got the goats.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty funny because they're like, okay, what's a typical day like? Like they're expecting all of it. And I'm like,
First we milk the goats.
My kids play with their friends. Like we still live a pretty normal life. We just
Yeah.
feed the
What's your
animals in
life?
between.
Yeah.
So it was pretty funny to see their faces. They're like, what? Like, because the crew flew in from California to film us.
They're probably like, you have power.
We thought you
We're
turned your
not
own butter.
Amish.
Yeah.
Where's your prairie dress?
I know.
Yeah.
I actually have bought a few clothes that I'm like, okay, what is a homesteader wear? So hence the shacket. So I'm like, I'm going to need some clothes because I just wear pajamas at home. I feel like I just wear athleisure at home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's been kind of fun.
So we're going to be able to find that on the Angel app. Is that where we can watch the show?
Angel.com. Yep, we'll have that there. Homestead, all the social media for Homestead, you'll be able to find that there. So episode 1 hasn't released yet,
Mhm.
but I'll let you know when it does. But I just recorded a live stream that aired yesterday, just on set at the Homestead, showing
So it's
kind of
kind of
thing,
like finding
interviewing the
people.
actors.
It's not like finding people that are homesteading, or
We're going to be
talking about
educating
it?
people
Okay.
about homesteading. Because one of our messages is that you don't need 5 acres to homestead. Like I'm on half an acre
Yeah.
and doing big things on half an acre. You can homestead from an apartment. It's just
Mhm.
a matter of like, are you consciously thinking about things if you're going to have enough supplies if things go bad? Like when COVID happened, it's all very fresh in our mind, right? Like the whole toilet paper shortage and how hilarious that was to us.
Right.
But what if you really were out of toilet paper?
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
that really would suck.
It's like,
What if
I
you're
like
out of
it.
bread? What if you're out of milk? Like, what if you're out of things? Like, have you thought that through where you're going to get
so it's kind of like
supplies?
Your
prepare
house.
before
That's where I'm gonna
crisis
get it.
comes, so you don't have to
Yeah.
rush to the store.
Yeah. And we're just going to be teaching people. We're going to have guests coming on and showing us how to do things. They're going to be teaching me a lot. There's a lot that I don't know. I'm a city girl turned homesteader, right?
Yeah.
And so there's so much that I have to learn.
I can't wait to watch this show.
So it's
I know.
supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm really excited that they asked me to host it. I kept asking my husband, I'm like, are they asking me just because you're involved? And he's like, Britt, this has nothing to do with me. Like they've seen you
right.
on social media. Women
You
are the
your own
ones that are
person.
interested in
Yes.
homesteading. They're like,
Mhm.
you are 100% on. And he
Mhm.
actually doesn't want me to do it. He hasn't said that he doesn't want me to do it.
Mm.
But
He's
you
like,
know
I
his
think-
face.
He's like, you're busy. Like, I don't know if it's going to be okay.
He's like,
Passive
I like
aggressively.
working with you, but you're too close in my space.
He's actually not going to be a part of the Homestead in Real Life series. He named it Homestead in Real Life. But I don't think he's going to have anything to do with He's the
Mhm.
big picture guy. So I don't know if we could work together. I think homeschooling together is as
Mhm.
close
It
as we're
is
going to
close,
get.
yeah.
Mhm.
So more to come on that. Like I haven't signed any paperwork. I don't even I better be getting paid I'm not sure how much.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
I think
time
that's a very
commitment
important
is.
I got
discussion
time.
here.
I don't got no time.
No, I know.
Valuable.
So I'm counting on getting paid. I know they will. I just don't know the numbers yet. And I don't know the time schedule. Nothing has been official. So watch it not work out. But they've announced it. Like we announced it on air yesterday, and they just walking around, they were on set. They were telling everybody, this is the host of our series. Like I was treated like a star.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
crazy. I was carrying things and helping. They're like, let me grab that for you. Can I get? I'm like, do I look weak? Like, why is everyone? They're like, because they think you're the host. They want to you're one of the stars. And I'm like, I'm not. Like I'm a nobody. Let me just tell you who I am.
Whatever.
Okay? It was like I asked where the water bottles were. 5 people asked, like, let me get it for you. Like somebody brought me a hot chocolate. Like it was unreal just how people were carrying umbrellas for me because it started raining.
Oh my gosh. They're like, let's not mess up that beautiful wavy hair.
My hair was terrible by the end, by the way, but that's okay.
So good on
they
the
were
videos I saw.
I'm like, I can hold my umbrella. But I can definitely get used to it. I came home and told my husband, I'm like, I'm pretty much going to be a movie star.
So
I can get used to it.
basically
Like
bougie
that.
movie star.
100%.
I love it.
So
I love it.
that's pretty.
Great job.
That's it. Vera turns 18 months this week or next week. No, when is it? 25th? Couple weeks. Yeah, things are going good. My oldest has her learner's permit, and I'm not allowed to drive with her because I think I would swear too much.
Oh, so your husband is the one that's driving with her?
100% taking that on, which I'm grateful.
What's your swear word of choice?
Shit.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I learned that the F word actually clears the throat chakra. So just so you know,
Just
that's
use,
why it feels so
use
good
it
to say
as
it.
appropriately.
Yeah. Use it sparingly.
Okay,
When
I'm going to
needed.
shut up now and let's hear Teresa's updates.
Well, a couple of things I want to just transition over because I think it aligns a lot with what's going on our side here is all the cool things that Angel Studios is doing. Obviously got the show with you and we're doing some stuff with Angel Studios as well. But what you're going to hear from me is like a weird shift that's sort of happened. And I don't think it's going to be forever. But what's happened over the last 6 months is my husband got a positive or a no evidence of disease blood test, right? He took this there's a blood test called
for this.
the Grail, which is like the holy grail of blood tests that test whether or not you have circulating cancer tumors in your body. So he got that positive, and it just shifted a lot in him and in our family because it kind of gave us an opportunity to breathe and go pull our head kind of out of the survival hole in the sand
anymore.
and go, okay, well, what do we do now? And when I looked up, and we both looked up, we came to recognize that our family has been so focused on Owen healing that we were in survival mode. And I think that our children in many ways suffered because of it. And I think even I suffered a bit through it because it was a lot of just focusing on him. He was given a terminal diagnosis. So I don't think there was anything wrong with what we did. We had to do it.
Yeah.
But it was now a wake up to now it's time to really focus on our family and heal what happened with us in that process. So we started noticing some issues coming up in the spring of this year, right when Owen was given the NED. We just started noticing our boys were just getting into trouble a lot at school. My daughter's doing fine. She's she's very competitive and she loves life and she's very social. So she seemed to do fine. But my boys seem to be struggling. And at the same time, it's this weird thing. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen this before. When my grandfather died a couple of years ago, my grandmother was strong, right? She was there. She took care of him. And then as soon as he died, all of a sudden she declined. Mm-hmm. And it was almost like she was holding on for him. And then as soon as he passed, all of a sudden her body was okay, I can let go. And then she just started to decline. Well, I think that's something like that kind of happened with me. So this spring, all of a sudden, all these weird things started happening with my hormones and a lot of my weird symptoms that were coming up. And I'll talk more about that in another episode where we're going to talk a little bit more about hormones. But I came to recognize that I needed to really spend some time working on myself too. So we decided at that point that we were going to homeschool the kids this next year. And we had to make some changes. Like I worked, from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. every day with my husband in our business. And so how would we do that and still be able to bring in the type of money that we were bringing? Our business was doing pretty well. It's been growing slowly. This amazing thing happened. In that same spring that we made that decision, all of a sudden, a shift just seemed to happen in our business. And our business has been growing so fast. It's, I think, tripled over the last year.
Wow.
And we're actually looking at the progress that we're making right now. We're on track to make our very first time our business making over $1 million.
What?
Yeah.
Teresa.
So, yeah, it's really, really exciting. So we're having to now hire, we had to hire a new coach. We brought in another coach. Then and then at the same time, one of our most important team members is deciding to leave. She's been with us for 3 years. She's amazing. She's my best friend, actually. And she's just had her 5th kid. And she decided, you know what, I want to be 100% like homeschool mom. I'm moving out of this position. So now we're having to hire, but the person that we're looking at hiring, we're really excited about because she brings a whole other skill set to the table that I think is going to really even bring us into a further place. But it's been this weird shift because I've had to step back and I went from working from 9 until 3 to now not. I have a sales call that I do, like a sales funnel call. I'm the sales funnel coach for our business. Once a week, it's like an hour. I've got a couple of other team meetings, but otherwise everything that I do is between 3 and 5. I work from 3 to 5, Monday through Friday. And the morning is with the kids. Wow. I'm homeschooling them. And then the after 5, it's getting ready for dinner and taking kids to practices and on those types of things. And then of course, working on my health. And there's part of it it's weird. I love it and I don't like it at the same time because I feel like when it comes to the business, like I'm kind of in the background going, what's going on? How did that happen? And I don't know some of the things that are happening in the business. And my husband, he'll sometimes be like, you don't need to know about that. Because he wants to not have me stress out, but then I get upset that I don't know.
Yeah.
And I want to do so many other things. Like I love listening to you guys and all about your careers. Like I want to do stuff like that, but I'm having to. I used to have a full-on career. I used to be a teacher for 13 years. My husband was the one that was I was the breadwinner for years. And it was through that teaching and bringing that money that we were able to build this business. So this shift now where I'm actually doing less work and career or any of that, and now is shifting into more of a homemaker. I'm kind of doing this weird, who am I? I'm in this place right now. Who am I? Where am I going? Why am I here? Am I good at this? I don't really feel like I'm good at this. I was good at working and being a working mom. Being this homeschool mom, this homemaker,
it's a new role.
It's so different. And I'm in a place, I think, of introspection, a place of really trying to slow down and figure out who is this new Teresa, and also recognizing that the person that I am right now and who I'm becoming isn't necessarily going to be the person that I'm going to be in 10 years either. I look forward to a day where I can be on stages, where I could be hosting possibly a show. I would love that. I hear you guys and I'm like, I want that too. But I know that this is where I need to be right now. I know it. I know it deep in my heart that I need to be here. And I think there's a lot of amazing lessons that are going to happen along the way. And I think I'm going to become a better person in the long run. But there is a discomfort where I'm at right now. Yeah. And I'm so excited to be here and to share that with you all.
Guys, I'm so emotional. I'm crying.
Me too.
Teresa. And then everybody's excitement, just listening to all of you. And I seriously have tears. But this is what the goal of the show is. We all have very different opinions, right? We have very different lives and different backgrounds, all of the things. But I genuinely love you all. And I genuinely, as you guys gave the updates today, my heart was so happy for all of you. I just, as you struggled, Teresa, with your change, I'm doing the opposite, right?
Yeah.
I've been a homemaker for the last 15 years. And so just to hear you do the switch and then to hear the sacrifice,
being a homemaker and a stay-at-home mom is so important.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change those 15 years for anything because I know that's exactly where I was supposed to be. And so like, as I watch you transition and you, like, my heart is happy for you, but then I also understand very accurately the switch that you're going through.
It's definitely a shift. Like, because I remember like me, like when I wasn't done with school, like I was just home with the kids. And there's one time I remember like, I was pushing your host to like, be the thing that he is now, which I love doing. But I remember there would be time I'll be like, what the heck? Like, I'm more than just a mom. Like, of course, like you love staying at home and taking care of your kids, but being in that space. So as you were speaking, I remember being there where I was just like, yeah, because my goal was always like, I'm going to be with my kids. I don't need like nannies. Like, you know what I mean? Like babysitter, put my kids in daycare. I want to be the one to be in the home. But then I can tell there was one point, like there was like a little bit of resentment of like, I have a dream. I have a goal. It's not even a big goal. I just want to, and I just remember shifting that. So kind of different, like, coming from that staying at home mom to now like a career. So as you're doing the different, like I really felt like as you were speaking, I really felt that because I think we all have been in that space. All of us.
Well, and you're kind of taking the back. It's weird. It's you think of a table. It's like you have a very important job. You really do, and it's in many ways the foundation of the home, right? But it's unseen.
It's the foundation of society.
Yes, it is. It's unseen, and it's I think often unappreciated. It's in 100%. Many ways a thankless job. Like the fruit comes later. And especially where I'm at, where my kids especially my boys have really struggled. Like there's emotions, there's big emotions in my house that and it's not just them. Like I'm having it. I'm actually recognizing like, whoa, I think I'm actually pretty emotionally immature in some ways. And I'm having to really work on like, how do I be a model to my own children in this process? We're all kind of a little hurt. And so it's healing because of that. Though it's not like my kids are going, thank you, Mom, for this delicious breakfast that you made.
They never do.
No,
nobody ever does.
Thank you for this awesome lesson that you put together for homeschool. I can tell you put a lot of thought into it. It's just like, why did you get me that? I don't want oatmeal this morning. I don't want eggs again, Mom. Why do we have to do this stupid assignment? Why I don't want to read this book. We just got done reading Bridge to Terabithia. It was so good. I'm like crying at the end, reading it with them. My daughter's all in it, and the boys are like, yeah, but it's like not real. So, those are the things. But, you just keep going knowing, okay, I know that the fruit's going to come out. They'll thank me later.
They will.
In the meantime, I have to stay strong. So
I think so many women are going to relate to what you just shared, Teresa.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
Yeah. And when you shared that, I was like kind of almost longing for that because I'm in a different place where I was the primary homemaker, home 24/7 with my kids, and then divorced 50% of the time. They're gone now. And I like want that back so much. But then at the same time, I have 50% of time to go chase my goals and travel. And that is also a silver lining and a blessing, but it's difficult still.
Well, I think what you bring up, I think is really important is there's beautiful things in each season of life. And we need to, like, the grass can always seem greener on the other side. But then when we get on the other side, we see what the green was on it, And so just appreciating where you're at right now, purposely choosing to see the blessings and knowing that it's not always forever. I really regret when my kids were little rushing through their babyhood.
Yeah.
I always felt like I was just because of being a working mom, it was a lot of like, let's just get to tomorrow. Let's get to the weekend. Let's get to this. Oh, it'll be easier once they can start walking. It'll be easier once they can go to school. It'll be easier when it was always like, let's get through this. And, when I hear Brittany talking about her, was it fifth baby now? And her, like the wisdom that has come with having so many children and her recognizing like, slow down, appreciate this babyhood. I didn't appreciate it as much when they were little. And I that helps me, I think, know, like, even in this, like, appreciate this. It's not going to be forever. My kids are going to be 18, 19, 20, they're going to move out. And I'm going to miss the times where they were home and they were little and they were complaining about whether or not they had oatmeal or eggs. Like, I'm going to miss that. So same thing, right? Now you're having this, appreciate this time in your life and the time to work on yourself during the time that the kids are gone.
Right. And when I get the kids back, divorce made me 100% a better mom. Like I cherish those moments and I really focus and I'm not like pulled in different ways. Like when they're here, it's like
Intentional.
Here.
I only get 50% of the time, but it's not quantity
Quality
anymore.
over quantity.
quantity. Yeah, like I'm going to be 10 times better than when I had them.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love us.
I
You
do.
guys, it's
Brave
so
Talk
good to be
Show.
back
That was
together. Oh, I just love us. Thank you for sharing everything. I think
Yeah.
that's a good place to wrap up. And we just want to thank everybody for listening and make sure that you subscribe for all of their new episodes coming your way.
Season 4, we're back, baby.
Amen. Amen.